Some of the hardest working people in the world are also the poorest. And that single truth alone should force you to question everything you were taught about money. Because if hard work was enough, the streets would be empty, factories would be full of millionaires, and nobody would be struggling after giving their whole life to work. But that's not the world we live in, and pretending otherwise is one of the biggest lies keeping people broke. From childhood, we are told the same story on repeat. Study hard, work hard, don't give up, be loyal, be patient, and one day things will work out. But nobody stops to explain what workout actually means. Nobody explains that money is not emotional. It does not care how tired you are, how early you wake up, or how many sacrifices you made. Money responds to one thing and one thing only: value. You can wake up at 4 a.m., come back home at 10 p.m., repeat that cycle for 10 years, and still struggle, not because you're lazy, not because you're cursed, but because effort without direction is just exhaustion, and exhaustion does not pay bills. This is where the lie hurts the most, because people who work hard expect life to reward them fairly. But the market does not reward fairness. It rewards usefulness, scale, and results. And once you understand this, you stop being angry at the world and start being honest with yourself. Think about it like this. Two people can work equally hard. One digs holes all day, the other learns a skill people need. Both are tired at the end of the day, but only one gets paid more over time. Not because they worked harder, but because what they did created more value for more people. Effort is respected. The reason this truth is painful is because responsibility is heavy. Blaming the system feels lighter. Blaming the government, your parents, your background, your country, your past mistakes. All of that feels comforting because it removes pressure from you. But comfort is expensive, and most people pay for it with their future. Hard work without thinking keeps you busy, but thinking without action keeps you broke. And the people who win financially are the ones who combine both. They work hard, yes, but they work hard on things that compound, skills that grow, systems that scale, ideas that travel beyond their physical presence. Here's another truth nobody likes to hear. The market does not pay you based on how long you work. It pays you based on how hard you are to replace. And if your income stays the same year after year, it's not because you're unlucky. It's because what you do can be easily replicated. This is why some people earn in 1 hour what others earn in 1 month. Not because they're smarter, but because they chose skills that scale, skills that solve expensive problems, skills that don't require them to be present every second to make money. Hard work opens the door, but it doesn't decide how far you go. Direction does. At some point, everyone who escapes financial struggle reaches the same realization. If I stop working today, does my income stop too? And if the answer is yes, then no matter how hard you work, you're still on a fragile foundation. This is where mindset becomes finance. Because before your bank account changes, the questions you ask yourself must change. Instead of asking, how can I work harder? You start asking, how can I work smarter? Instead of how do I make money today? You ask what skill can pay me for years. The people who build wealth understand leverage. Leverage of time, leverage of skills, leverage of the internet, leverage of systems. They don't trade hours for money forever. They build something once and let it work repeatedly. And no, this does not mean overnight success. It does not mean scams. It does not mean shortcuts. It means intentional effort. Effort aimed at growth, not just survival. Most people are stuck because all their energy goes into maintaining their current life, not improving their future one. And that's understandable. Survival is loud. But if you never carve out time to build skills, learn money, understand how income actually works, nothing changes. This is why loyalty alone does not pay. Patience alone does not pay. Suffering alone does not pay. Money is a tool, and like any tool, it responds to skillful use, not emotions. Here's the turning point for many people. The day they stop seeing money as something They deserve and start seeing it as something they must earn through value. Everything shifts. Spending becomes intentional. Learning becomes urgent. Excuses become embarrassing. And this is where discipline enters. Not motivation, discipline. Motivation fades, discipline stays. Discipline is choosing to learn after a long day. Discipline is delaying pleasure to build skill. Discipline is doing boring things consistently while others wait for inspiration. Let me make this practical, because advice without action is entertainment, not education. If your income is low, your first goal is not luxury, it's leverage. Learn one skill that increases your earning power. Just one: sales, editing, writing, coding, marketing, analysis. Something that people will pay for repeatedly. Then give it time to compound. Stop trying to do everything. Focus beats intensity. One skill mastered beats 10 skills half learned. And while you're building that skill, manage your expenses like someone who respects their future. Because wealth is not built by how much you make alone, but by how much you keep and reinvest. Ask yourself this uncomfortable question. If I continue exactly like this for the next 5 years, where will I be financially? And don't answer emotionally. Answer honestly. Hard work is not the enemy. Lack of direction is. Effort is not the problem. Ignorance is. And once you understand how money actually works, you stop romanticizing struggle and start respecting strategy. The truth is simple, but uncomfortable. Many people are not broke because they don't work hard. They're broke because they never stop to ask if what they're working on is worth their life energy. Hard work is respected, yes, but strategy decides who escapes, who survives, and who stays stuck. And if this message made you uncomfortable, that's good, because growth does not start with comfort. It starts with truth.